Hi, I'm John Held, the Director of Communications for the ABIM Foundation.
And I'm Nick Ferreyros, Account Supervisor with GYMR Public Relations in Washington, D.C.
And today we talked about the Choosing Wisely campaign at our session. And the Choosing Wisely campaign is an initiative of the ABIM Foundation to engage physicians and patients in conversations about overused medical tests and procedures.
And part of what we talked about today was sort of the strategic thinking that went into the campaign, really a rundown of the curriculum and tools and what we used to make it a successful campaign, and then highlighted some of our results, and we had a really good conversation with everybody about what we did and how we did it.
So, as Nick said, we had a great conversation with folks, and at least one of my takeaways is people were asking, how did you construct this campaign that could be construed as rationing or taking away something that people need? And the campaign really is not about that. It's about making sure that people get the care that they need, that they engage in conversations with their physicians. And it was really built on research that we did with physicians to engage them, use language that resonated with them, and to engage them as leaders in the effort.
And I think one of the biggest takeaways for me was that it is very difficult to boil down 4 years worth of work into a 75-minute presentation for our peers and make it something useful that they're going to learn from. It was also, the surprising question that we received was, what did you do wrong? Which is not something that I've really taken the time to think about and sort of assess our faults from this campaign. But it was a great talking point and led to a good conversation.
And even putting together this presentation was a learning experience, I think, for Nick and I to take a look back at all the work that we had done, but then to hear the questions from our peers from a PR perspective of constructing the campaign was at least another takeaway for me was, wow, like this was a really big campaign that we did, but there were a lot of things that people asked about that we hadn't addressed. So the interest and the questions from our peers was, for me at least, very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how is it that we boil down each of the facets of this campaign into 4 or 5 key takeaways that people can actually act on and use in their own work? And then looking at the questions we received, we clearly want to refocus where we go in the future with this.